Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. So happy that you're spending some time with us. I am Gabe Smith, CXPA. I'm the content manager and associate director for the Customer Experience Professionals Association. So happy to welcome you to this really special edition of Live with CXPA. We're going to be having a panel discussion that's focused on the topic of why you should be excited about a CX career in Asia. Now, you may be tuning in early here in the US. You may be up early with me. You may be tuning in from the UK. You may be tuning in from Europe or another part of the world. And you should definitely be excited about a career in CX too. But today we're going to be specifically focused in having a conversation with 3 CX professionals in Asia to talk about the growth of CX in the region specifically. So we're going to be hearing from them on better understanding their own career paths into this field, their perspectives on the benefits of a career in customer experience. We're going to be hearing about some resources that have helped them learn and grow in their CX careers and get their thoughts and perspectives on the growth of CX in the region. So whether you are just starting your workday today, as I am, whether you're nearing the end of it, would love to hear from you in the comments. Where are you tuning in from in the world? And if you have questions about building a CX career in Asia, let us know in the comments, either now throughout the broadcast. We'll do our best to respond, whether that's during the broadcast today or whether that is after the broadcast. So we'd love to hear from you. But right now, we are live on LinkedIn. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube today. I'm excited to welcome in our guests here in just a moment. The first is Rajat Chawla, CXPA. Rajat is the founder and CEO of Koyopo Consulting, where he consults on customer experience transformation efforts and helps individuals grow their CX knowledge and skills. Also going to be welcoming in Smitha Kumar. She's the head of customer experience at Equitas Small Finance Bank, and Raju Kotkal, CXPA. He's the senior director of customer support engineering at Fivetran. So I'm going to bring in these fantastic customer experience pros in a moment, but first wanted to take a moment to answer a key question, and that is, what exactly is a customer experience professional? How do we define it? To help frame our conversation today, CXPA has put together a quick video to help answer this particular question. Let's take a look.
A customer experience journey begins with the customer experience professional. The customer experience professional is a catalyst. They enhance an organization's results by understanding, designing, and improving experiences across the entire customer relationship. CX professionals work as partners to achieve exceptional outcomes for the organization and its customers. They intentionally work to understand customer needs and how to meet or exceed their expectations. CXPA is the organization that helps CX professionals be the best that they can be, both today and throughout their career, through learning, sharing, and connecting with a global CX community. CXPA recognizes, inspires, and supports CX excellence. Visit cxpa.org and join today to grow your CX success.
So excited to welcome Rajat, Raju, and Smitha to the conversation today. Welcome to all of you, and so glad that you could be here today.
Thank you, Gabe. Great to be here with you on this LinkedIn Live.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Gabe.
Yep. Thank you, Gabe.
Absolutely. Really excited about this conversation. You know, I think when we talk about why the audience should be excited about a CX career in Asia, it can be really helpful to reflect on the evolution of our own careers into customer experience. And so, you know, Raja, I would like to start with you here. Can you give the audience a sense of how your career has grown and evolved into what it is today?
Great. Thanks, Gabe. It's a easy question and a difficult one because in the last 20 plus years, so many things have happened in terms of my journey. But I can really highlight a couple of things. I've always been passionate about working with customers. And in the journey, at some point, I also was exploring how do I deepen my experience, knowledge, and get the certification that that highlights this passion. And in 2015, for the first time, I came across CXPA. In fact, I wrote directly to Bruce Timkin, who some of you may know has been one of the founding members of CXPA. And I asked him, I'm really looking for some credible certification. And he replied to me saying, look no further than the CCXP certification. It was at that time that I applied and I got myself certified. Since then, the journey has been way, different than what I anticipated. I could work with lots of great professionals, help them, mentor them on this path. I learned myself, grew as a CX professional. I could serve so many companies and help them build their CX competencies. So the journey has been very, very fruitful, exciting, and I don't think I have started yet. Back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I heard a couple of words, you talked about to serve, and I think that idea of service, whether that is, to your customers, to your clients, I think is something that so many people in our community have in common. And I think that you spoke about that so eloquently. Smitha, what's your career path been like? How you are the head of CX at Equitas Bank. So would love to help understand a little bit about how you came to be where you are today in your position.
Yeah, sure. Rajat has been my mentor, and I did a program with Rajat. So initially, I've through and through been in customer service, 23 years of experience, work experience in the BFSI space completely. And so when I was asked whether I would be interested in taking on this position of customer experience, while I was not very clear as to what would be my role like, what would define, because everything is an experience for the customer. A sales executive going and speaking to the customer is an experience. So I didn't know what would be a touch point where I should start from to the touch point. This would logically say this is the end, because there is no such end as far as customer experience is concerned. So that started off my journey with customer experience, and I just needed the tools, and I definitely needed a path that I could travel and to define my role. And I attended Rajat's course on CX Pioneer. And though his course talks about six pillars, one pillar I have clubbed it myself. So the five pillars of the CX requirements is what I'm currently also holding on to in all every single aspect of what I'm implementing. I hold on to these five pillars. So that training has been really really helpful for me to shape my CX role. And whatever is designed in the course is so apt. It's not less, it's not more, it's just apt. It's a perfect capsule for any CX professional who is wanting to advance their career in CX. And definitely I am looking forward to getting a certification in CCXP as well. Maybe sometime next year I would plan for that as well. And that's been my journey.
Yeah, you talked about, I think, the value of having a framework, right? And CXPA's framework is based around five competencies, and the competency framework also is the basis of the Certified Customer Experience Professional exam. And for me, when I was studying to take my exam, I think that framework can be so helpful, not only for certification, but also for thinking about your work, thinking about your knowledge, skills, and abilities, and how to apply some of those framework concepts into your work, but also in sort of setting out a roadmap for understanding, where do I need to learn and grow so that I can help advance my career and help generate better outcomes for my organization. Um, Raju, how about you? Take us through your career journey and how that's led to the work that you're doing now.
Yep, sure, Gabe. So I think putting 20 years of experience in customer support, I started off as a customer support engineer. I was in a place where, I've got some experience, know how to do my job on the customer support side. But somewhere I was feeling that it's not giving me that confidence of whether I'm doing the right thing, whether I be able to go to the next level and those kinds of things. Then I think it was pre-pandemic kind of thing. Then I was trying to look at what should I do for me to kind of go to the next level and build up my career. So then I was doing this, search in Google, and that's how I got to know about the CXPA, then this customer experience name. Then I've started showing interest that, how can me with my experience be certified myself first, that I know whatever I've done in my career, and able to get the industrial recognition. And then of course I did talk to Rajat, and that's how we started off attending those classes, and me validating whatever the framework what Smita was talking about to my experience back, correct? And then I was able to relate all of that, and there was some learnings, some unlearnings, and then able to articulate back into the job where I was at the moment, and then when I made a shift. So that's how my entire journey started off. And of course, CCXP getting certification is not that easy. I'm not trying to scare people here, but that kind of gives you that confidence, that things about customer experience. That's how my entire journey was.
Yeah, really great to hear that, Raju. I know we have a question here that has come in from Tom. Hey, welcome, Tom. Glad that you are with us today. It says, what are the 5 pillars that Smitha is referencing? Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question, Tom. The 5 pillars, you can learn more about the pillars on our website, specifically cxpaglobal.org. On the right hand side that says earn your CCXP, and you can click on CX core competencies, and really the framework or the core competencies serve as the basis for the CCXP exam. The framework itself was developed based on an industry-wide job task analysis that was first conducted by CXPA in 2013 and then updated in 2020. So we had over 300 CX pros that provided feedback on the importance of a variety of job tasks that really covered the scope of the CX profession. And so I think the nice thing about the framework is that it is independent and it is rooted in consensus that has been driven by the global CX community. So it's not one person's idea, one person's opinion on what customer experience is in a specific industry or global context. It is truly a global consensus. And so you can learn more about each of the core competencies at cxpaglobal.org. I would definitely encourage you to do that. So, Raju, I want to stay with you for this next question because, people come into customer experience in a variety of ways. Some people begin in a customer service role. I started my career, won't say how many years ago, but many years ago as a customer service agent. Others begin in marketing, some in operations, some in finance or IT. So, there are many pathways. But what do you see as the chief benefit to a career in customer experience?
Yeah, I mean, wherever there is a customer, there is an experience. Correct? I think that's the fundamental thing about it. Correct. So the path, the benefit is, you being whatever the different experience domains you are in. Correct. You should be able to articulate the entire 5 pillars, the strategy or the culture or the customer journey mapping and those kinds of things, which would kind of help you out to do your job better. Correct? You should be able to understand someone has already put the process, or you should be able to go back and make some improvements. correct? Or you should be able to initiate new things into the organization, correct? So irrespective of where it is, or whatever domain you're working on, if you're working with the customer, I think you need to learn what this experience is. And by doing this, there are three things which came up to me, correct? One is voice of the customer. You should be able to kind of understand what they wanted. The second one is voice of the employee, correct? Employee experience is a very key thing here to drive the customer experience. And the third one is voice of the process, correct? Whatever process you are running on. So all of these three put together is how this would help you out in your job.
Yeah, really well put, Raju. Smitha, over to you. What do you see as some of the chief benefits of a career in customer experience?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really excited to be in this job because it helps me think about creative solutions, and it not only restricts me to think in a certain fashion, but it really opens out various avenues, and I'm learning. Because AI is the new thing now. So I'm also learning as to how I can use technology for various issues that the customers may have even before the issue occurs. How do I even get there and be there for the customer more proactively rather than having a more reactive approach? So every day is a learning, and every single innovation that is there in the market just excites me beyond. And I just love being in this profession. And what also is important here is that if you have a liking towards looking at issues in a very dispassionate manner, in terms of not getting emotional about it, but having the keenness to look at it from a very, very from a very, very empathetic way, I think that would be a key differentiator.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think listening to you, Smith, I hear what I hear from so many CX professionals around the world, and that is passion for the work that we do and for making things better for customers. And for me, it was always what sort of made me fall in love with customer experience was the ability to satisfy two twin goals. One is the financial imperative of customer experience, the role that creating better customer experiences has in producing better business outcomes for our organization by making things easier for customers, reducing churn, improving satisfaction, and all of those elements that we know can relate to better outcomes. The second is the moral imperative of customer experience, and how great it feels to reduce and remove roadblocks that people are having as they interact with their organization. And so I think in CX professionals, I find that marriage of passion and rigor, on the other hand, that this isn't just something that feels good. This is something that has a business methodology that's underpinning it. So, Rajat, same question to you. What do you see as the chief benefits of a career in CX?
Yeah, thanks, Gabe. I had the privilege in the last few years to work with, senior leaders and professionals committed to their space, like, Raju here, Smita. And what fascinates me, the transformation that I see in this side and that side of CX profession, getting entrenched into this framework, if I may. One of the examples that I can share, again, a senior professional with over 20 years of experience was feeling really stuck in his career in the analytics space, which is again a trending area in the IT services company. And he was reluctantly joining the CX, framework and CX mastery path. And on the other side of that, he actually got promoted in a short period of time after a long wait and got 40% hike. These are some of those. But what really changed significantly is he's now a thought leader in his industry, and he everything that he talks about, even for the analytics, is from the filter of customer centricity, customer experience. So he messaged me saying, my entire career direction has changed after I went onto this path. And again, what fascinates me is every leader that I worked with know these things, right? But the moment they kind of get in touch with this whole phenomena, if I may say, or framework, their ability to articulate, drive, lead, execute completely transforms and take a different level and make them world class and help them think for their customers in a way, more effective way. And that's really a big win-win for the entire ecosystem, whether it be the service provider, whether it be the professional, or whether it be the customer. So I think it's absolutely transformational. The benefits of entering CX career, on the other side, it's kind of magical, if you ask me. Really.
Absolutely, Rajat. I mean, I think, the story that you told really articulates how CX professionals can have that holistic focus. And that CX pro went from, having a focus on analytics into sort of having this holistic focus, because we have to collaborate with so many departments to achieve success. You need to understand a bit about how to work with sales and marketing, how to work with your C-suite, how to work with IT. And so I think that's something that's really exciting to me. It is the ability of CX professionals to collaborate cross-functionally and break down all of those silos. So again, a question to each of you. I know you touched on this briefly in some of your introductory remarks, but would love to understand, what are some resources that helped you to learn, to grow, to succeed? So Smitha, we'll start with you on this one.
So I owe my entire CX journey to Rajat, his CX Pioneer training, and I hold the five pillars very, very close to my heart. Any implementation that I do, I ensure that I kind of brush it through those five pillars and see if it really makes sense or not. And that's been a real boost to my CX career. It's shown me the path. I'm sure Rajat will resonate. So initially, when I started my CX journey, I was so confused. Where should I start? Where should I end? But this specific framework gave me the arms and ammunitions to do really well in my job. So I'm not saying I'm doing really well, but at least I'm equipped now. I know how to deal with things, and what should be how should I take care of the strategy part, how should I take care of the organization and culture part, what about the voice of customer employee, and what are the matrices that we should be looking at. So all of this has given me a real good enriching boost in terms of what I should be doing, what are the outcome matrices, what are the perception matrices. So it's and we've also in our organizations we have started reviewing these matrices. So so we've put it to practice, and it's really helped me as an individual, and it is helping my organization as well, I could say.
Absolutely. You touched on the framework again, and Tom, thanks for pulling that link. You can see that at cxpa global.org. Raju, how about you? Resources that have helped you learn and grow in your role.
Yeah, I mean, one is the CXPA, whatever link you have said, that kind of talks about what does it mean about the customer experience. Then, of course, the masterclass, what Smita was talking about with Rajat, correct? And the Bible, the book, what we have got, correct, from the Foresters thing, whatever they did. That's the other one. And once you complete, get the CCXP, it's always a continuous journey, correct? I mean, you can't just be done and leave it at the corner. It's the community which is kind of always providing you a lot of information to kind of bring it back to that structure framework, might be any of the pillar you wanted to dig deep, correct? So there is a lot of community related information available, correct? And you being there and consuming it and making it use for your job is definitely helpful.
Yeah, really great points, Raju. And I think that you mentioned something, and regarding CCXP specifically, is that it's not just taking the exam and finish that. As part of the maintenance of CCXP, that you actually submit credits for continuing to learn and grow, whether that's contributing to a customer experience publication like our CX Book of Knowledge, where CX professionals around the world contributed to that, whether it's attending a conference, whether it's writing an article, whatever the case may be. So there is that maintenance component that shows this is someone who is staying abreast of the latest CX trends. And I want to address a question that came in from Kamal that says, why does CXPA ask CX experience from CCXP aspirants? Not all can have CX experience, right? Please advise. Yeah, absolutely. Not everyone has CX experience. There are a variety of courses out there, that someone can take to get a certificate, which basically says, this person participated in this course. This person has knowledge and skills gained from a course. That is awesome. That's a way that so many of us learn and grow and further our CX education. CCXP really is about knowledge, skills, and experience. So it's looking at, not only does this person have an understanding of a framework, but also they have the experience needed to lead or significantly contribute to the growth of an organization's customer experience program. And CCXP is also something that we are attesting to those organizations as a provider of the certification, that this individual can step in and lead or significantly contribute to that program. So slightly different because there is that experience component. Absolutely, Kamal. You can check out cxeducation.com. I'll pop the banner up on the screen here to learn about sources of quality CX education. Would definitely encourage you to check that out. But really, really great question. Rajat, same question to you. Resources that have helped you learn and grow, and I know you mentioned your early career journey at the start, but would love if you have anything else to add. That would be great.
Yeah, thanks, Gabe. So I recall on the CX day we had 4 senior leaders as part of a conversation on live like this, and I was trying to understand what helped them most strengthen their foundation in CX, and without exception, almost everyone pointed to the CXPA framework, the 5 competencies. Earlier, it was 6 competencies. So I really want to thank CXPA. I want to thank you because you're leading the content. So, and I think the way I'm seeing, for every question you have a resource. So I think this is a come a long way from where it started. You have a CX book of knowledge today. So this is really the most comprehensive resource that I am aware of. In fact, all that I see, I was recently invited for a keynote in one of the real estate company, and they did a role play, about the empathy, lack of empathy and stuff. I realized how much we already know because of this framework. So whenever I see the second resource, I would say are the customers or the problem statements. But again, when we see a problem, we have an answer in the book or in this framework, right? So I would say that this for me, the other quick resources I would point to, earlier I really used to like Bruce Timkins' research reports, the work that Bruce has done, and I still refer to McKinsey's resources as well. Um, so I think these are some of the top resources I can think about at this point. Thank you.
Absolutely. Really great perspective, Rajat. One question for each of you, because we're here to talk about you growing your CX career in Asia. So I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about what each of you is excited about, specifically about the future of CX in Asia. So Rajat, we'll stay with you on this one. What excites you about the future of CX in Asia?
Yeah, so Gabe, what I'm seeing is, the industries which probably would have never thought about, or I would have never thought they are going to think about customer experience. They are going to go that path. They're going to invest their energies in learning, in laying the foundation, in upgrading their customer-centric culture, are doing it. For example, the besides the e-commerce industries, the service industry has always been there, but I'm also seeing real estate industry is doing it. So there are industries which have now become serious, and I think in some of these areas, the Asia is leading this revolution. because the demographics of Asia is in some way very unique. And if I really talk specifically about one of the largest space where I come from, India, it's also very complex, very sensitive in many ways. And if we are able to address it here, some of those solutions will pave the path for customer centricity across the globe. So I am really excited, the kind of excitement, the keenness I'm seeing across industries in Asia is really, something to look forward to. So I'm quite happy about that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Raju, how about you? What excites you?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of things to what Rajat was also saying, correct? And Asia and Bangalore being the core of the global customer process running out. If you go back and look at the job postings, you see this word customer experience always, correct? So earlier I was not saying it like 2 to 3 years back. They're saying that, do you have the customer experience management? Have you increased the customer experience? So it kinds of talks about the industry shift and the requirement on the CXI. That's point number one. Point number two, I've been in US now for 3 days, attending some conference here. The buzzword is always is experience, either employee experience, customer experience. So every process you do is all about experience. So which means to say that any industry you do, I'm coming from the support services background, it's all about how do you increase the experience, correct? So there is that requirement always there. And any job you're currently having, they also expect you to kind of have this kind of structure around you and bring in that value add. So there is a lot of opportunities available. The whether it's the top management or the company, they're kind of getting towards this bird experience, I mean the buzzword experience. And I think we are in a very sweet spot. I think that's what drives CX.
Yeah, yeah, great perspective. Samantha, how about you? What excites you?
Yeah. So there is a huge digital boom in Asia and specifically India, which is kind of defining the way customers are really going to be treated, which is the way the customers are actually going to have their journeys in. And because of which, there is a lot of focus around customer experience, uh, right from the time the customer is logging into a specific app. What is the kind of experience that we want to deliver? So are we looking at broken journeys, disconnected journeys? So people are right now talking so much about how do we provide seamless experience to the customer. So there started the broom. So thanks to Corona, where people actually started looking at how digital can we be, how can we be there at the customer's place, right at his palm. So that's where I think there's so much of significant improvement or significant limelight that has been put around customer experience per se. And if you see every single journey that we go through in any app, okay, so all the prerequisites are from the framework. As I see it, they first do the design thinking workshop, which is a part of the framework, and they collect voice of the customer, and then they put in the experiences together. So I think it is the thing to be in, and it is the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. And it's the future also because of dedicated professionals like yourselves. And so, last question for each of you. And that is I'm going to ask each of you to finish this sentence. Um, and Smith, I'll stay with you here on this one to start. So, finish this sentence. You should pursue a career in customer experience if.
So you should pursue your career in CX if you're kicked about providing creative solutions to the customer. And if that really excites you, this is the career that you have to be in.
Great. Raju, you should pursue a customer career in customer experience
Uh, if I think I'd kind of give a different perspective here, correct? If you're getting into a manager role and if you're like team manager and wanted to look at the bigger of spreading across the five framework pillars what you've got, you need to kind of understand the CX, correct? If you're a mid manager, you're able to kind of articulate and give you that kick of CX. Here is where the CX career. And if you're at the executive level, correct, and getting on the CX, you'll be able to implement a lot of programs around these 5 pillars, correct? That's where I think every journey you have in any of the business process has a customer touch point, and this is going to help us out. That's why it should be on CX.
Yeah, great perspective, Raju. Rajat, how would you finish that sentence?
Yeah, I would actually throw an acronym which we use a lot in our community, learning community, which is called as iPod. Who remembers that? Uh, so the iPod stands for, you can see some smiles going there. I have what? Passion,
Passion.
obsession, and discipline. So I say you bring your own passion, you bring your own obsession, and you follow the disciplines of those 5 competencies that CXP has given us. If you are okay with that, then this is your career. Also, if you're keen to grow fast, make more money, make more impact, make your customers happy, and your family happy with your paycheck, then this is your career, right? It's a different spin, but I would still stick with iPod being the cornerstone. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you to each of you for joining today. And Rajat, I know this is just the first part in a larger conversation that we're going to be having via a webinar here coming up in coming days on how to grow as a CX leader in Asia. Tell the audience a little bit more about that.
Yeah, if you see, thanks, Gabe. Love to talk about that. If you really look at it, we all actually talked maybe a little bit more than anything else about the framework, about this, this whole ability to drive CX. So this whole knowledge framework is what is the foundation of that, and that has also been transformational in terms of ability for people to go deploy and make a difference to their companies, to their customers. We're going to go deeper into that in the coming webinar, again hosted by CXP. I'm super excited to talk about that, to walk you through that framework in a very focused manner. So maybe that investment of your time and effort coming on live like this might be a really, really valuable in terms of taking your career in a CX career in Asia to the next level. So I look forward to seeing you there. If you're interested, type in the comments box interested, and we will reach out to you with further information and invite. So Gabe, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Drop a comment if you're interested in attending that, or you can send me a direct message as well, or Rajat as well. We'll make sure that you get the link to register for that one. I agree, Rajat. I'm excited. I think it's great to hear about development strategies that you can take to really grow in your position as a CX leader, to gain knowledge, to help to differentiate yourself as a CX leader as well. So thanks, Karen. We'll make sure that we get you that information for that webinar. So we'll also be sharing, I know in that one, Rajat, the CXPA's guide to developing CX job descriptions as well. So if you're attending that, we'll make sure that we get you that guide. It contains templates for everything, for job descriptions for everything from Chief Customer Officer to CX Analyst. So, if you're building out a CX function in your organization, or you just want to be able to compare your own experiences and your own skills to a consensus-based document, that'll be a great resource for those who register as well. Rajat, Raju, Smith, thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your perspective. To all of you out there as well, thank you. Would like to invite you to visit cxpaasia.org. There you will find a special welcome from our CXPA Asia Regional Leadership Council Chair, Pranav Kumar. You'll also see a special CXPA membership offer that's good from now until the end of the month. So hope that you'll join us at cxpaasia.org. But to all of you, thank you so much for joining us for a great conversation today.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Until
Bye-bye.
next time, everyone.